Hello everyone. I want to get people pumped up today and ready to be motivated. All right, so this is going to be a little different than my normal in the house sitting at my craft studio making a long talking video. This one is to pump people up. This one is to get you motivated. This is to get you out of your own skin and think about things in a different way. Because what I'm seeing out there is not healthy for anyone. And the problem is people are unnormalizing healthy. If you don't want to hear the story of somebody that overcame obstacles and is better off today, if you just want to look at my character flaws or the flaws of anybody else, then turn the channel. But you know what? This is for you especially. So I say you buckle up and be ready for the ride. You want to call me crazy? Go ahead. I put the C in it. Now let's go. First of all, yeah, I have to read my notes because I don't have a photographic memory and I'm old. I'm from Gen X. 1970s, 1980s. Anybody out there? Give me a hello. Okay, let's start there. First of all, being emotional is considered a personality characteristic. Emotional intensity is a trait often found, ready for this one, in highly sensitive empaths and gifted people. Wow! Did that come as a shock to you? Because you're sitting there on your couch judging somebody else right now, right? And you're looking at them with the flaws in your own eye. Now hang in here because I got some good stuff. Ready? Friday, I uploaded a video recounting a story after learning about another similar story on the news. I recounted my story and I got choked up. Yes, I did. I got choked up and I'm not apologizing for that. You know why? Because it was sad. 2 elderly people were trapped in a car after an accident and I got choked up talking about it. And you know what? Somebody called me crazy. Said I need to get my emotions in check. You know what? Let me explain something to you. Getting choked up when recounting a sad story is a normal physical response. Yeah, you got that? It's normal. And it's also normal to an emotional event. And the victims here in this story, these elderly folks that were trapped in a car, I bet you they don't think I'm crazy. In 2026, people do not have fewer emotions. Now see, I was wrong about that myself. I thought people did. I thought people were void, empty souls. Guess what? I was wrong. They don't have fewer emotions. It is a global decline in emotional intelligence, in optimism and motivation. They call it an emotional recession. Why? Because of emotional exhaustion. So even you out there who fling words at people and leave mean, nasty comments, there's something to this. So listen up, because this could help you too. It means constant connectivity to the internet, negativity. Got that? And uncertainty. Uncertainty impacts our nervous systems. So guess what? There's help. If you're a keyboard warrior and you're sitting out there telling everybody they're mentally ill and crazy with no founding facts basis, you just want to be a jerk, guess what? There's a reason. So hang on here. I'm not a meanie. I'm not calling you out and picking on you. We're going to talk about it. Let's go. It leads to feeling emotionally unavailable. Okay? A hollow feeling inside. Does anybody feel that right now? Fear, worry, sadness are on the rise. Who feels it? Who feels it, right? Who feels that out there? You must. If you sit there on your keyboard all day and you type out nasty crap to people on the internet that you don't even know. Those feelings of fear, worry, and sadness, they translate into that numb feeling, that hollow feeling, that emotionless feeling that makes people go, this decade hits different. It's not like it was in the 70s and 80s, except Gen X here, Gen Xers, 70s, 80s. Yeah, we had our bullies. Yeah, we were kind of savages. I get it. You know, I was there too, I know. However, the difference is we didn't sit around and we were packs. We hung out in our own neighborhoods, a bunch of people. We were connected to humans. We weren't connected to devices. And that is the difference. If somebody was hurting at the end of the day, we were all hurting. Even though we picked on that person or they picked on us, we all got together at the end of the day. We had bonfires, we had bike rides, we had swimming lessons, and we did things together as a society. We weren't stuck to a stupid electronic talking crap about people on the internet. That's the difference. Let me go on. You want to turn it off? Go ahead, but you're not going to learn if you're sitting there with the TV off. Why is this happening to people? Why? It's the mind's defense. The mind is trying to defend you against trauma, prolonged stress, or grief. I did a video about this when my grandmother died. Oh yeah, it fried my nervous system. Fried it. I'm not afraid to say that. Why would I be afraid to say that? Why would I be embarrassed to report that to other people that I don't know on the internet? Because you know why? Everybody deals with grieving. That could help somebody. That doesn't make me feel sad, humiliated, shameful that I shared that. No, just the opposite. I know because I shared that, somebody else felt uplifted. People feel empty when their life is lacking. Hear it out. I'll say it again. People feel empty when their life lacks meaning. Are you a keyboard warrior sitting there typing meanie stuff to people? Does your life actually have meaning then? If that's all your life is about, typing mean stuff to people, is that really meaningful? No, it's not. It's holding you back. There it is. It is holding you back from your success, your achievements, because you're dwelling in your own negativity. Sharing your experience, sharing your feelings is not dwelling on your own negativity. People got it twisted. When you invalidate reality, meaning when you cast an opinion that someone is crazy, unstable, or mentally imbalanced, it's a predatory protection system. Whoa. Whoa. It makes you feel empowered. It's abusive. And that abuse you're pouring out into the world empowers you because it makes you feel good. It's like a high. Why is that, right? You may ask. You're a nice person and you're watching this video and you're saying, why on earth would that make somebody feel empowered to do that to another human being? I'll tell you why. Because it brings down the good nature of another human. The good-natured person, the happy-go-lucky person, the person that's sharing their story, whether it's sad or happy. This person who mentally protects themselves with this predatory, abusive mentality that they're going to attack others like an animal in the wild. Let's see. It triggers self-doubt in the victim. That's what they're going for. They want to trigger self-doubt in the person they're attacking. But see, that backfires. I'll tell you why. Because people that are emotionally intelligent, we have resilience. We have resilience. Not only that, but we have confidence. So you're only degrading yourself by putting your rude, unfounded, meanie comments out there on people. Okay? You think it gives you control, and you maintain your control by being a meanie. But guess what? You don't. Now I'm going to go on to something else. And again, if you need to get up and take a break, go ahead, but don't forget to come back because I got some good stuff. Look at all these notes. Look at these. Algorithms promote high conflict content. Yes, they do. I posted a video of a flower once, and you know what? I got so much unbelievable nastiness in the comments, saying everything you could think under the sun. I almost deleted the whole video. But you know what? I thought better of it. Now, why should I delete a video of a flower? It's a flower. The flower didn't cause that. People have an inherent mean streak in them that they don't want to recognize as a problem. Here's the kicker. I've been posting videos now about my journey. I haven't even been on YouTube for a year. I went through a highly toxic, stressful environment. I started my channel when I was in the middle of healing. I have bettered my life 350%. That's fact. I'm not just spouting that off to make it good to look on TV. Go back and look at my first video. I was blind in my right eye. Fact. Toxic stress nearly did me in, but I didn't let it get the best of me. Here is proof. I was going to save this video for August when I made my year video. You know, oh, I'm on here 1 year. But nope. The time is now because it needs to be said. When one person betters their life, these meanies out there, instead of redirecting that energy into bettering themselves, they try to diminish what people who have bettered themselves have done. They use it against people who have bettered themselves because they're so corrupted inside by this need to hate. And that is genuinely what it is. It's a need to hate. The blatant hate they release on social media is a mindset. It's a quick high. It's a feel good to knock somebody else out. And that is exactly why I'm filming in front of my bag today. And yeah, I know it's got cobwebs on it and there's leaves on there. I'm not done with my spring cleaning. So if that triggers you, I'm so sorry. It seems like no matter what I do, it triggers somebody. So I just wanted to put that in there for you, in case you felt a little triggered. Okay, now we're getting to the middle of this, and I want to tell you something good. If you haven't clicked off yet and you're still here, I promise this was coming, and it's coming. I want to prove to you emotionally intelligent people are not people to hate on. I want to prove to you that if you're sitting in your mama's basement and you're spewing hate on a keyboard because you don't have a life, get out there and get you one. Nobody's stopping you. Nobody is stopping you from having a life. It's your emotional unwellness that's stopping you. That's why you spew it onto people who are emotionally well. Following me? Okay, good, because this is going to get good. I looked up firefighter statistics. Guess what? I was in a volunteer fire department when I was younger, in my 20s. It was one of the best things I've ever done in my life. I loved it. And if you haven't, you're in your early 20s and you're looking for a hobby, I suggest you get in one because it is fantastic. It's a team. It's a membership. You're in like-minded individuals. Now, if your get up and go isn't helping other people, then that may not be right for you. But it was definitely right for me. So, in 1986, until now, if you look at statistical charts, it looks like enrollments have actually grown or stayed similar. But I knew this wasn't true. I knew it. I knew it wasn't true because I know firefighters. How is this not true? Okay, so then I researched. All right, it looks like that on paper. It looks like that in charts. But what's the real truth? Per capita, firefighter enrollment has declined significantly since the 1950s. Ha ha! I knew it. It's not the same, no matter what charts say. Okay, you can look at charts all day long. That's one of the problems with people who aren't empathetic, who aren't emotionally intelligent. They don't go digging for the truth. They see surface stuff and they think, oh, well, there it is. And everybody else is a liar. I said it before and I'll say it again. In the 80s, 70s, Gen X here, we didn't have Siri. We didn't have Apples. We didn't have phones. If we wanted to learn something, we had to go to the library and look it up in encyclopedia set. That's how we learned. We didn't have anything instant at our fingertips. Why do people become firefighters? Let's talk about that. I'm not strong enough to be a firefighter. I know that, okay? I was born with some neck issues. I have bone on bone. They're fused. So I knew at a young age, I wasn't about to be putting on a huge uniform, an oxygen tank, and carrying a lifeless body through a burning building. I wasn't able to do that. There would be no way I could pass the training. But I didn't give up. I didn't just say, well, I can't be a hero today, so you know what? I'm not going to do anything. Oh, no, no, no. I didn't settle for that. That's like saying, oh, you're just crazy. That's settling in your mind without opening it. So hear me out. Firefighters have to go through intensive training, but that doesn't stop a million firefighters from doing just that. Why? Because they have a drive to do it. They love to serve their communities in life and otherwise situations. They're drawn by a desire to help people. It's their calling, and they like working in a fast-paced environment. So I did not give up that dream, but instead, I volunteered with them. I was part of their pack. I was part of their group. I served refreshments to the firefighters, to the police, to the American Red Cross, to the victims. I helped in some way. If you're sitting in your basement being a meanie, having no idea what you're going to do except be mean to people, you should try it. Get out and volunteer, if nothing else. It will help break that hate in your heart that makes you feel low, unworthy, hollow inside. Do something out of your comfort zone instead of criticizing those who do. Now, I already knew the characteristics the firefighters have to become a firefighter. But I looked it up anyway, just to make sure I wasn't missing anything. So I got some notes. Firefighters need what? The same thing you couch potatoes out there with your little keyboards being mean to people don't have. It's called empathy and high levels of it. If you are a firefighter and you're watching this, or any other hero out there today, clap. You deserve applause. That was kind of ironic. While some people weaponize and demonize empathy, those keyboard warriors who talk bad things about people online like me, call me crazy, listen to this. Empathy and high levels of it is a skill required for the job. Wow. Well, is that a skill you don't have because you don't have empathy? But I can teach you how to have it if you want to learn. There's emotional and cognitive empathy. Firefighters and the like, people who do that job, people who are heroes, everyday heroes, okay? They genuinely understand and feel the victim's perspective. They feel it. They want to be there. They know they're doing good. They're doing it for a good cause. They're doing it to help somebody else. And that is exactly what people without empathy don't have. They don't have that drive to help somebody else. They have a drive and a motivation to hurt other people because they themselves are hurting. And whether you want to admit it or not, if you're one of those keyboard warriors right now, making mean comments, even making them on my channel, guess what? You're hurting. I read BS fluently. That's one of my superpowers. When somebody makes a comment to me, I can read their hurt in it, even when they think they're hurting me. Let me tell you something. I've been around the block to know somebody who is truly hurting and somebody who is being a wise guy. Now you might say, what's the difference between empathy and sympathy? Okay, so empathy is the understanding of the victim's perspective. Okay? Sympathy is feeling sorry for the situation. Now, let me tell you something about personality types. I had to go through a personality test and a background check for that toxic work environment that nearly took my sight out of my right eye from all the stress. So I want to talk to you about this. Firefighters are guardian temperament type A. I love that. You know why I love that? Because so am I. That is what my personality test revealed, that I'm the guardian. Now let me tell you something about that. I have people that come up on here every single day trying to knock me down. That will never work with a guardian, and I'm going to tell you why. You could say to your blue in the face the most hateful things. It's not going to ever work. The guardian is there to protect other people. That's our personality type. Just like a firefighter who is a guardian. Why? Because they have a drive to help people. People with this personality type have a drive to help people. There was a football player. It was in a movie. I don't know if it was true or not. I don't know. But it was a good movie. He was adopted by a family, and the mother saw he could be good at football. It's a very motivational movie. And this kid, in high school, I believe, went on to play football, but he was terrible at it. And the coach was like, he's big. He could be something, but he doesn't know what to do. I don't know how to help here. I can't get him to run a straight line. I can't get him to follow the rules. I don't know. I'm at a loss. And the adopted mother saw something in that kid. And she said, he protects younger children. And from that, if you've ever seen the movie, I don't remember what it was called, unfortunately, but it goes on to talk about how this kid had a superhero personality guardian type. And what made him so special was that once they tapped into that, they discovered what he truly could do in football. And he became one of the greatest. So there it is. Don't dismiss somebody who is a guardian because they're trying to help you. Think about it. You're sitting there talking junk to people on the internet. You don't even know who they are. And they're trying to help you. You're the one counteracting your own benefit from tapping into a guardian who has been there, done that, and uses their life experience, skills, and wisdom and drive to help others. And if you can't see that in a person, if you can't see this person legitimately has a desire to help other people, and you dismiss it and make a mean comment, then you really need to make an adjustment in your mind. You really need to help yourself, especially if you won't let anybody else help you. Now, I have a whole list here, so I'm going to read. Now, what do I do with my glasses? Oh, here they are. Hey, don't laugh at me. I'm old. I could literally have a cell phone in my hand talking on it and forget where I put it. So, okay. Guardian temperament type A. Action-oriented, emotionally resilient, highly organized, making decisions without letting stress paralyze them. Reliable under pressure. That means that woman or man running with a fire hose in their arm with heavy amounts of uniform gear, an oxygen tank, boots, a helmet, running into a burning building to save your butt from your basement where you're typing this nasty stuff from. Guess what? You're going to learn to love that person because they're going to save you. They're going to save you from that burning building because they can, because they're emotionally resilient. But that doesn't mean they don't get sad. They're not unhealthy. They can get sad about something and do it again the next day. So don't criticize something you know nothing about. If you want to criticize something, criticize yourself. Don't let that hollow internal feeling fester in there. Don't let that turn to depression, anger, hatred. Don't let that dictate to your fingers what you're going to type out on a keyboard to somebody you don't even know. Just don't. Look at these stories about these people. Just like me, I'm not fit for a firefighter job. That doesn't mean I can't do other things to help people. Like share my stories. Think about yours. You have something to offer. But that negative head of yours is keeping you down. It's holding you back. Those words you spew to people are keeping you back. Let me go on. What is emotional intelligence? Because firefighters need emotional intelligence. It's self-awareness. They understand their emotions. They understand their triggers, strengths, and weaknesses, which lead to better reactions during crisis. That means, heck yeah. I always say, keep your eye on the ball. I was taught that as a child. My grandfather would put me out in a field and throw a ball to me, and I couldn't catch it. And he would say, keep your eye on that ball. And one day it clicked. I actually kept my eye on the ball, and I caught that ball. A firefighter isn't running towards that burning building saying, I can't wait for lunch. I'm kind of hungry. Oh, heck no. They're Guardian Type A. They're saying, I can't wait to save that person from that fire. And they do it. And they go back and do it again and again and again. They don't sit in their mama's basement spewing hate at people. They find ways to help people. Let me go on. I have more. They are working in high pressure scenarios. They redirect their disruptive emotions. That's right, folks. Somebody sitting down typing meanie comments. They don't know how to direct their emotions. They don't know how to be nice and kind because all of that has festered in them and they think it's funny now. To them, that's humor. To them, that's, this person's so crazy. Look at that idiot out there making a fool out of herself. Do I look like I care if you think I'm an idiot? Seriously. Because my message here is way more important than what you think about me. Firefighters have motivation beyond immediate personal gain. Now, I love that because this is one thing I see online. People sit there, type out their little nasty comments, and you know what they say? They're just doing it for clicks. They just wanted to go viral. That flower I showed people where I got all that hate in the comment section. How on earth is a firefighter fighting fires for anything other than to save another human life? That is not self-serving. Just like people who want to help others. People who want to help others that get attacked, get bullied, called names. You know what it is? Because people see it as self-serving. That's backwards, but I can tell you where it comes from. In my childhood, in the Gen X era, we were told to let it go, stifle our emotions, never talk about things that hurt you, don't air out your dirty laundry, okay? Does that sound familiar if you're from my generation? And people before us had it harder. They weren't even allowed to talk about nothing. They had to be quiet. So, that brewed in people. People were raised thinking that, and because their parents told them that, they respected it. They thought that was a healthy boundary. So now, when somebody comes out with a story to help other people, like my journey, it's clear. If you go back to the first video, look at me. My hair is different. I'm blind in an eye. I had some serious health issues going on. That's what these people see in me right now. They don't see I'm better. They just see I'm crazy. But if you are looking at somebody with emotional intelligence, who has empathy, who just wants to help others, that is the face of healthy emotions. You can't criticize one group of people who want to help others and then as a hypocrite turn around and say, well, not everybody is, crazy. Like this person helped this person or saved a cat out of a sewer, so they're not crazy. No, it doesn't work like that. People with empathy are not crazy. It's a normal human emotion, and they had a healthy outlet to release it. People that don't and suppress it, people that hold on to that, let it go, don't talk about your problems, festers, and it becomes meanness. And I'm telling you the truth. What do people do with emotional intelligence? What do people do with empathy? They stay curious. They don't deny things in their face. They don't say that person's a liar. I don't believe that because I didn't have that experience, so they're a liar. In order to be a firefighter or any kind of hero in the world, like a first responder, okay, you need to go into horrible situations. Your job isn't to judge the person you're saving from a fire. Imagine that. Imagine if you're somebody, right? Think about this. Oh my goodness. Think about this. You're somebody sitting there in a fire. You have no way out, no window in your room, and you're just waiting for somebody to save your life. You're a meanie. You're a meanie on the internet. You sit there in your mama's basement and type out nasty stuff to people on the internet, right? Do you think firemen care? Do you think the women out there fighting fires care? No, they don't care. They come in and still save you. They will pick you up and carry you out like a bag of sugar on their shoulder, and out you go, and there your mama is standing there with open arms. That's what empathy is. So if you're that meanie on your keyboard right now, and you have the urge to say something nasty to somebody, think about it. Because if I saw you on the street, I would save you too. I wouldn't care if you made a nasty comment to my YouTube channel. I'd be right there offering you help, offering you assistance. Now, I still have quite a few more pages. I can understand if you want to take a break. Don't turn my video off, just pause it. Get your drink, get your popcorn, come back. Because we need to talk about this. There is a growing sentiment on the internet. Someone showing pain on social media, sadness or anger repulses people. That is a growing sentiment. The internet is full of it. It makes me so angry when somebody is sad online. Oh, tell me about it. I can't stand it when somebody shows emotions. Okay, first of all, we are emotional creatures. We're humans. We all have emotions. You know, there was a squirrel that fell out of a tree one time during a storm here, and the babies came with her, and they were all on the ground. And she lost every one of them from the fall. And she was going around crying her little heart out. Are you the type of keyboard warrior that sits there and says, oh my goodness, that's so pathetic, look at that dumb squirrel? I hope not. Oh my goodness, have a heart, okay? Why do people act like that? Because they say it themselves. I've read their comments. They comment things like that, and then they even say, well, I had to hold in my emotions as a kid. I wasn't allowed to let it out. I couldn't express myself. So I feel disgusted when I see a grown adult not able to hold it together online. Okay, so people think that that strategy of shaming somebody for showing pain, showing sadness, is strength. Are you kidding me? I told you I'm fluid in BS, okay? That is not strength, honey. That is weakness. You got it twisted. Empathy is strength. And if I didn't already prove that with the firefighter scenario, then maybe you should rewind and watch again from the beginning. The same people that think sadness is weakness, empathy is weakness, you know what they do? They yell. They turn to anger. When somebody rightfully shows sadness, they are condemned for it. Like Friday, my video. I showed sadness because these two elderly people were trapped in a car after an accident. And somebody said I was crazy. Because they didn't feel that way. They did not feel anything. They were disassociated from the situation. Well, first of all, they weren't there, okay? But second of all, you would have to be very void of anything to not feel for that elderly couple in the hot car trapped upside down after an automobile accident. If you are feeling that way, if you feel, well, just because you feel sad doesn't mean I have to. No, you're right. But you know what? It's a reflection of who you are. Is that who you want to be? You want to be that guy? You want to be sitting at your keyboard talking crap about people? Well, then by all means, go ahead. Because you're not going to learn anything from me. I'll wait, click it off, so I can go on to the regular people here who want to watch me. Oh, you're not clicking off? Yeah, because you want to hear what I have to say. Because deep inside, you don't like this hollow feeling. You want to learn. So empathy is seen as a weakness today. People see empathy as a weakness. Why? People see empathy as a weakness, but you know what? Holding all that in, holding those emotions in, the opposite of empathy, guess what? It has a serious impact on mental health and results in addictions. Finding ways to numb the pain, like sitting at your keyboard, talking crap about other people, maybe? It turns into anxiety and health issues. When I worked in a toxic job environment, guess what? All that anxiety I had because of the toxicity in the workplace turned into what? Health issues. I'm living proof that I healed. It's possible. If you're sitting there today at your keyboard and you're making awful comments at people, stop it right now. Look at me. You don't have to be that way. You don't have to be a hater. You don't have to be a meanie. Put the fingers down. Heal. Heal that void. Heal that emptiness and hollowness inside of you. Learn by watching others who have had struggles and have gotten better in their life because of it. When we are emotionally void and we don't allow our emotions to come to the surface, guess what happens? We have outbursts that are disproportionate to situations. When I made a video Friday getting choked up over 2 elderly people stuck in a hot car, guess what? That's appropriate. Disappropriate is calling me crazy because of it. People that have void in their heart, they don't have emotions anymore. And they think we're all crazy for having emotions and empathy. Guess what? They only know how to stifle emotions, not recognize them. So when they're doing these meanie acts and comments, they don't even realize that in itself is a cry for help. So when I say I'm fluent in BS, you better believe when I see somebody hurting, I know the difference between somebody who has had a tragic experience and is trying to better themselves or somebody who's just being a jerk. Stop attacking the good character and nature of other people. We're not the ones you have to worry about. We're not the ones that are harming you. You're only harming yourself. You need to learn from people who have been there, done that, who are trying to help others. Start sharing your feelings. Get out of your own shell. Get out of your own skin. Get out of your own way. Do it in a safe place. If you have a friend, if you have somebody that's non-judgmental, don't go to somebody who says, let it go. Don't air out your dirty laundry. Go to somebody safe. Go to somebody without that mindset from my generation. Go to somebody who is caring, who has empathy. The people that you condemn, go to one. Share your story. Why do you feel that way? Let it out. Because openness will build your confidence. Live without fear of judgment. And most importantly, experience emotional well-being for what it is. Instead of criticizing and condemning it, feel it. You really want to feel hollow inside? You'd rather feel hollow inside than emotionally free? You shame somebody for being choked up. You shame for somebody who is sad because they lost somebody in their life. The shame is on you. Open your heart, open your mind, and learn how to feel. So I went digging because I thought, well, maybe this person has a point. I know I'm crazy with the C, but let's see. What does psychology say? This is what it says. Oh, wait, got my glasses. Ooh, they're foggy now. Allowing yourself to be moved by a story signals moral integrity, social awareness, and deep connection to the human experience. Does that sound crazy to you? Or does that sound like somebody that is kind, compassionate, passionate, nice? Don't we need more of that today? How do you feel about that? You're hollow inside. Doesn't that kind of feel nice? Like a nice warm bowl of chicken and dumplings on a cold day? Crying is not a sign of weakness. Nope, it's not. It's natural human emotion. Now, I will say, if somebody is being manipulative, that's different. But I'm talking about the empathetic experience, the human emotions that we're born with. Babies cry when they're born. Emotional resilience, what is it? It means you can adapt to stressful situations, crisis, and adversity. That's right. Yeah, I got choked up in a minute video talking about elderly folks in a car nearly upside down on a hot day. But guess what? That doesn't mean I'm crazy. My goodness! What would you have rather had me do this? Ha ha ha! Yeah, no, nobody ever said that. What kind of jerk would I be if I go out there talking about a story like that, laughing my butt off? Is that what you do, though? You sit in your basement and do that? Okay, knock it off. Learn from this. Emotional intelligence is not about being unaffected. It's the capability to process, recover, and keep moving forward. Go back to where I was blind in an eye and you'll see totally different person, different set of problems. My health was cooked. I had to start from scratch when I left that job. I had to rebuild my health, including my emotional health. I had to rebuild the strength of my own body. That's not crying on the internet to make people feel sorry for me. That's showing you if I can do it, anybody can do it. I'm over 50 years old and I started from scratch. And if you don't see that message, then think back to the firefighter scenario who's going to rescue your butt from the burning basement. Think about them. If you don't like my scenario, if you don't like my example, then think about the firefighter example. Get motivated about something, because that's what it comes down to. Get yourself motivated so you're not stewing in that victim self-pity mentality in your basement, wherever it is you do your keyboard warrior thing. Now, what does building emotional intelligence do for you? You may be like, this is ridiculous. This woman is a nut. I'm not taking her advice. Okay, but you know what? Building that skill, because it's a skill, will protect your mental health. Guess what? I already do. I already protect mine. Otherwise, I wouldn't be out here flapping my hair around in a thing, looking silly, to get this message across. But I had no choice. How else was I going to get it across to people? You think sitting in my own craft little studio gets a lot of attention? No. Now, let me continue. Emotional awareness is the ability to understand feelings of others because they are more in touch with their inner life. Doesn't that sound good? You want to be in touch with your inner life? Stop being a meanie? Do you really think being a meanie empowers you? Well, how would you think it would feel to be more in touch with your inner life and not have to be a meanie? Feels good. Resilient people don't feel helpless. Ooh. Let me say that again. That's worth repeating. Resilient people don't feel helpless. They keep working towards a goal. It doesn't stop them. You get choked up, you go about your day. You think about it, but you don't let it overwhelm you. Someone who is repulsed by empathy, people who get choked up about something, that is an action. You're repulsed. You chose to be that way. Nobody did that to you. Getting choked up about something appropriate didn't do that to you. You choose to be that way. And you know what it does to you? It restricts your capabilities because you stop right there. You don't try to do better. You don't try to move on from it. You stop right there because you think that is good. You think, look at these fools on the internet talking about this sad story. I want to make fun of people. I don't want to sit there and, feel sorry for a person that deserves my sympathy and sorrow because they were 90 and stuck in a hot car. No, I'm going to make fun of people. I'm going to make fun of this woman because she's making this video. That's what I want to do. Because you're stifling feelings. You're stifling healthiness. You're stifling what you don't know because you have never felt it. It's called fear. Let me go on. Resilient people see positives in most situations. True that. It shifts their thinking from victim to empowered. You think being mean, sitting at a keyboard, typing your nasties is going to feel you empowered? Well, guess what? Think about what resilience would do. If you changed your tune, imagine that. If you start your own channel, if you don't already have one, other than being mean to people, and you start your own channel, and you come on there and you say, I used to be a mean jerk at my keyboard and I made fun of people, and guess what? I don't do that now because I'm resilient. And you tell your own story. You would blow up the internet world. It's empowering to be kind. Resilient people are strong individuals. Imagine that. Yep. Yeah, that's my bag. I've been boxing since I was a kid. My grandfather taught me. He was a boxer. Believe it or not. Yep. Crazy me. Crazy old me. Are you? Or are you sitting in your basement being mean to people on a keyboard? Ask yourself. Now, that doesn't mean you have to have muscles. That doesn't mean you have to have a punching bag hanging on a tree in your backyard. That's not what strong means. I'm no bodybuilder. Emotional strength. Resilient people are strong. Mean people are not. That's where the twist comes in. People think because they have this pack mentality and they're all going to get together and make fun of somebody on the internet, that that's strength in numbers. No, it just makes y'all look foolish. Emotionally resilient people can be humorous and have dark humor. Now, I've seen it this way too. Firefighters, first responders, nurses, doctors, people in high adrenaline rush fields. They have dark humor. They have a humorous side, and normal everyday people would not understand. It's a release for them. No, they're not picking on people. But an outsider looking in might think, well, they're laughing inappropriately. You'd have to be in their shoes to get it. But emotionally intelligent people are humorous. We're not mean. We're not filled with hate. We're not vile. Resilient people learn from mistakes. They see obstacles as a path forward. I saw a swimmer once. I talked about this in a video where I talked about obstacles coincidentally. And I said that this swimmer actually swam across an ocean that nobody ever could after so many attempts. She did so many times. She got stung up by jellyfish and everything else. However, she kept going. She didn't let it stop her. She'd have to go back and try again and try again. Who can say they can do that? Because I can't do that. I don't even want to do that. But it gives me hope. It makes me feel good. It's inspirational. And it takes strength and resilience, body and mind and soul, to accomplish something like that. What does it take to sit in front of a keyboard and be mean to people? Or keyboard and fingers, and that's about it. Actually, you don't even need fingers these days. You could just use a voice activated thing, and yeah. Now, I do want to touch on my final words, because not everybody has coping mechanisms. Therapy, medications, psychiatric treatment have come a long way, and people should not be afraid. There should not be a stigma about it. To call somebody crazy without knowing them on the internet. So if somebody is out there right now watching this video and you're feeling sad, down, and you're saying, well, I know what you're saying, but I don't feel hollow inside and mean to people. I just feel hollow inside and depressed. There are many reasons today why people feel down, depressed, and hopeless, and you might need therapy. I have friends in therapy for different reasons. They lost a pet. Oh man, I could go on and on about that. My childhood dog, it took me 10 years to get over her. When my grandmother passed, it took me 3 months to cope. Everybody grieves. Everybody has a struggle. If you're one of these meanies out there, listen to me. This is me being nice. I'm not mean to you. I'm not sitting here posting hateful words and rhetoric to hurt your feelings like you do to us. The people that have the empathy, the people that show emotional resistance. We don't deserve your words, but we don't do that to you. But if you are suffering and you can't get out of a slump and you feel like life is no worth living, everybody has a right to seek therapy without being stigmatized for it. It does not make you weak. But it also shouldn't be something you're forced to do because somebody called you crazy. So I want to let you know when it may be appropriate for you to seek mental health help from a therapist, psychologist, telehealth. This is when it may be right for you. When your moods are overwhelming, they're interfering with your daily life, your relationships, and your ability to function. And you always feel down, depressed, like life is no longer worth living. If that is not you, and you're like me, somebody who just chokes up over a sad movie. You ever see The Notebook? Whew! I cried about that for 3 days. Doesn't make me crazy. Doesn't make me need mental help. That's an appropriate response to a really sad movie. Oh my goodness. Appropriate emotional response and empathy does not equate for a clinical reason to seek mental health because somebody called you crazy. Personally, I'm sick and tired of people weaponizing mental health against each other. In the 70s and 80s, we had none. We've come a long way, and now people are weaponizing it. Well, they're just crazy. They just need a psychiatrist. It became like totally opposite of where I came from in my generation. And that's no good either. It seems to me that we need to go back to a healthy middle, balance somewhere. But you are your own person. And if you feel you need therapy, there's no judgment and shame in that. But if you're a meanie and you're telling people, oh, you're crazy, you need mental help. You need to seek it for yourself.